Welcome to Man United Inside News today. Andre Onana, Erik ten Hag defends Manchester United goalkeeper after most recent mistakes. Erik ten Hag has defended Andre Onana after the Man Utd goalkeeper's most recent mistakes. Follow live updates of Newcastle vs Man Utd on Saturday, kickoff 8 p.m., across Sky Sports digital platforms and watch free highlights shortly after the final whistle. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag says Andre Onana knows he has made mistakes in recent games but claims he is the second-best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag has defended under fire Andre Onana and insisted the Cameroon international is among the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. Onana has repeatedly been in the spotlight since United spent £47 million on the 27-year-old this summer to replace David de Gea, and although it had been felt his form was improving in recent weeks, Wednesday's 3-3 draw against Galatasaray was a clear setback as he was at fault for 2 goals. Onana also made a mistake for a goal in United's Champions League defeat against Bayern Munich, but while he has struggled in Europe, ten Hag pointed to the statistics that say Onana is second in saves made, save percentage and goals prevented in the Premier League. Andre Onana's costly Champions League stats analyzed. Paradox, Man Utd are form team despite league-topping decline. Place predictions, flat track bullies Man Utd to crumble at Newcastle. This is a limited version of the story, so unfortunately this content is not available. Open the full version. If you analyze it well, then you see he is the second best goalkeeper in the Premier League based on stats, so his expected defending goals is the second best in the Premier League, ten Hag said. He's doing well. Also he knows that in the Champions League he makes some mistakes, but all over you see the first 5 months he is doing particularly well. Onana will face another major test on Saturday evening when United travel to Newcastle, who are on a 5-game winning streak at St James's Park. But ten Hag does not expect Onana to suffer any hangover from Wednesday night. You have seen how he is reacting on a bad performance like in Munich, ten Hag said. At Burnley 3 days later, he was outstanding. He is a strong character, he is a personality and he will deal with it. The Football Show team discuss whether Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag might look to replace Andre Onana after more mistakes in their Champions League match against Galatasaray. Ten Hag, Manu has shown he's ready. United said on Friday that left-back Tyrell Malacia, yet to feature this season after knee surgery, is on course to return early next year after requiring a second operation. Mason Mount was also back in training on Friday, but there is no timeframe yet for the midfielder's return. Mount's absence has helped open the door for 18-year-old Kobbie Mainoo, who excelled in last weekend's 3-0 win over Everton at Goodison Park and was impressive again in Istanbul. He showed on Sunday, at Everton, he was ready, ten Hag said. It looks like he always has time. He is scanning, he is running free, he is scanning to see the options and make the right decisions. He can delay, can speed up, he makes the right decisions. Kobbie Mainoo had a debut to remember at Goodison Park, playing an instrumental role in Manchester United's 3-0 win over Everton last weekend. Man Utd have been playing well. Saturday's trip to the northeast is a third straight away game for United, and another intimidating atmosphere after they faced an angry Goodison Park and the bare pit that is Galatasaray's Rams Park. I really respect them, ten Hag said of Newcastle. It's a difficult team to play, but it's a good challenge and I like to play against it. We have to rise to the occasion, be our best against them because the way they play is very organized. United go into the game on the back of 5 wins in their last 6 Premier League games, having put a rocky run of domestic form behind them to close in on the top 4. It stands in contrast to their European form, but ten Hag believes performances have been good across the board. On Wednesday, we played very good, also in Copenhagen, he said. Even in Bayern Munich we played very good. But we have to do some things better. Eliminate individual errors, defensive transition, but we can sort this out and I would be more concerned if we didn't play well. Man Utd are form team despite league-topping decline. Manchester United are the form team in the Premier League with 5 wins in 6 games, but there's a sense Erik ten Hag's side have regressed this term and the stats back it up. Donny van de Beek set to leave Man Utd in January as Erik ten Hag makes transfer call. Donny van de Beek has made just 2 appearances for Manchester United this season and the Netherlands international is heading for the exit door in the January transfer window. Erik ten Hag has admitted Donny van de Beek can leave Manchester United in the January transfer window. The Netherlands international, who joined United for £35 million plus add-ons from Ajax in 2020, has made just 2 appearances in all competitions so far this season. In fact, Van de Beek has played only 21 minutes of first-team football since the start of the campaign. He hasn't featured for United since coming off the bench for the final 2 minutes of their drab 1-0 defeat against Crystal Palace back in September. Van de Beek has fallen down the pecking order at Old Trafford since Ten Hag's arrival in May 2022, although the midfielder missed the second half of last season due to injury. Speaking ahead of United's trip to Newcastle on Saturday night, Ten Hag revealed that Van de Beek can exit the club in search of regular game time in January. "I think Donny has to play," Ten Hag said. "In games he was in the squad, so he had the opportunity. It was a slow start to the season because he was still recovering from physical setbacks. But he is back now and he is doing really well in training, so if you can't give him perspective then I can see he has to play for his career and for everything." Van de Beek has started just 23 matches for United during his time at the club. He spent some time out on loan at Everton during the back end of the 2021-22, making 12 appearances in the process. Closing parenthesis. With Kobbie Mainoo, Sofyan Amrabat and Scott McTominay ahead of Van de Beek at the moment, the Dutchman may have to leave to get some minutes under his belt. Ten Hag also has Casemiro, Mason Mount and Christian Eriksen to come back, meaning Van de Beek's chances of game can only reduce. When asked,